By the way, I wanted to ask you, Jonny, because I know that you said to me the other day you want to come on the show because you did want to call Egal out for something. And I don't even know what this is about. You wanted to ask Egal some questions, so go for it.
Yeah, I want to know what's so attractive about Arsenal. Can't hear you, Egal. You're on mute.
What's attractive about Arsenal?
Yeah.
Do you want to rephrase your question in a better way? Because
all right, Jordan Peterson.
Very
because I don't think I have to state what's
I just
attractive.
want to know what's so attractive about Arsenal. You're on space over there. I think it was with Jess and Terry and that.
Are you asking if Arsenal is more attractive than Tottenham, or are you asking what's attractive about Arsenal? Because
no, you're putting this about like how attractive it is. What?
If you're asking what's attractive about Arsenal as a football club, there's a lot of things.
No, you're making arguments as to why like a player might go to Arsenal over Man United.
Why a player would go to Arsenal over Man United?
Yeah.
The only reason why a player would go to Arsenal over Man United would be if we had a certain relationship with that player, or if that player sees his style of football playing better at Arsenal over Man United. I don't think there's many things over Man United.
No, that's not the way. I wish I could remember exactly what he said, but
why would a player go to Arsenal over Man United?
That's a great question. Why would that?
Unless they find Arsenal as a more stable club and they potentially see that their style of play would be suited better to there, or they might have an affinity to London over Manchester, little things like that. But as a footballing club, I don't think many players are going to go to.
You know, it might not be Man United. You know what? I don't think it was Man United. I think it was over Spurs actually.
You see, this is why I asked you. Do you want to rephrase your question at the beginning?
I think it was over Spurs.
If you're gonna come at me,
why do you think Arsenal's a better destination than Spurs?
Okay, finally we got there, Jonny. Finally. Okay, so first things first.
All right, don't get cheeky.
No, it's not about cheeky, bro. You said you're gonna call me out. Get your questions right if you're gonna call me out, first of all.
All right, go on.
Wow.
And second of all, no. That's the first thing, right? And second of all, when it comes to Tottenham, there's so many things, bro. First of all, opportunities. Tottenham might have Champions League football right now, and that is a big draw. They have Conte, that's also a big draw, which comes down to the relationship side. Also, they have Paratici, which is another big draw. I get that, 100%. We also, both clubs have London. So that's another thing you take to the side, you push to the side, and you say, you know what? Those are things that both the club can share. Location, we can share that. Now, when it comes to Arsenal, you have potential of you actually have potential of winning things where we've shown that we can win trophies even in our barren straight. We've won trophies, right? That's one. Number two, we currently can offer players a starting position similar to like a Gabriel Jesus. If Tottenham and Arsenal are both coming in for Gabriel Jesus, we can offer him a starting position in the team.
Yeah, but let's just cut through all the noise and the bullshit. Let's just cut through all the noise and the bullshit. They've got content. They've got Champions League football. So that literally that's where it stops, doesn't it?
Okay, so they got Conte in Champions League football. Are they better than Manchester United now?
Yeah, they admit they are, yes. They're in a better position than Man United.
So basically, anything I tell you, you're not going to listen to it because you have the stance.
No, but they are in a better position. I hate to say it, but they are in a better position than Manchester United right now.
No, but you don't. You've made it clear. I've made it clear to you earlier that Arsenal and Man United currently would have an opportunity to sign players over Arsenal. But when I give you points in why, I gave you 1 point. I didn't even get started. And immediately you said, forget about all the stuff that you're talking about.
No, because I feel like Champions League football is one of the main points. I'm not saying other points don't come into consideration.
They got Champions League football. Why didn't they get Gabriel Jesus? They were in for him. They spoke to him.
You know why? That's got nothing to do with the attractiveness. Obviously, you guys can play him in his preferred position and can give him a starting berth.
There's more to football than just Champions League football and a manager. Yeah, there is a player's ideal position that they want to play. The situation that they want to play in. Also, their preferred club. So when it comes down to this, everything comes down to the individual player. But when you want to talk about
preferred club,
your point on Gabriel Jesus falls apart when I could just say a centre back would be more willing to join Tottenham than Arsenal because there's more chance of first team football there.
That makes my point even bigger. I'm not only talking about Tottenham. I'm saying this whole thing about pull that everyone talks about, depending on the club that you're specifically talking about, it changes. So if you're talking about and the player too. So if a player is a center back right now, they're not going to go to Manchester. They might go to Manchester United over Arsenal 100% because they're more of an opportunity to start at Manchester United as center back. Same thing with a center back choosing between Chelsea and what do you call it? One of the big clubs like Liverpool or Man City. Right now, a center back might go to Chelsea over Liverpool and Man City. But guess what? Liverpool and Man City have a better chance of winning the Premier League or the Champions League. But because they have that position open, they would go to Chelsea. That is a reality. So when we're looking at pull, there's so many different factors, but we just automatically want to banter the club. I'm telling you right now, Arsenal could sign any player that we want to if we put in the hard work and we have a position to show him that there's a place for him in the team and convince him.
No, you couldn't. Come on, let's be real. Exactly. I don't think any club could say that.
I feel like if Chelsea or Spurs, sorry, do you know what? If any of the other top 4 clubs came in, you wouldn't even be in the conversation.
For what player? Give me an example.
What do you mean give me an example? If Man United or Spurs come in to the conversation about a player, they're going to choose them over you. The biggest
on
problem,
what basis?
Let me get down to the nuts and bolts of it. You know, the biggest problem at Arsenal is your manager. That's the problem. Nobody sees Arteta as an attractive manager, especially given how he absolutely bottled the top 4 last year.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Nobody rated. Did you rate Ollie? 1 second. Did you rate Ollie?
Do we have to go down that rabbit hole?
No. Did you rate Ollie? I'm getting to a point. Did you rate Ollie?
Me?
Yeah.
You're asking me if I rated Ollie?
Yes, yeah.
Really?
Yes, I am. I'm asking you because there's people who are watching who've never met you before and they want to know, do you rate Ollie?
No. That's
okay. So you got Cristiano Ronaldo, Varane, and Jadon Sancho with
Manchester United.
Doesn't matter. You just said it's about the manager.
Ronaldo did not come back for Ole.
Okay, what about Varane and Jadon Sancho?
They didn't come for Ole.
So they came from Manchester United. What affinity?
Yes,
what affinity does Varane have to Manchester United, my friend?
Money talks.
Okay, so money talks.
Hey, like, this is the thing, Egal. We are still Manchester United. We are Man United. We still have our name.
No, but it doesn't matter. You just made your point. You made your point. No.
You think Varane came for Ole?
This is where your point fell apart. You tried to make it about the manager. You don't rate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You're still able to sign Varane, Jadon Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo. So your point is irrelevant. You said it's about the money. So if it's about money, Arsenal can pay that money.
They're not. But Arsenal's, you're not understanding this. Arsenal's not Man United.
Johnny, listen. I'm going to try and, because I think you're kind of missing each other a bit here. I think what Johnny's saying is Arsenal as a club don't have the pull of Man United as a club, as in the history, the name, the money. So Ollie was able to sign those players because of what's behind in Man United. But because Arsenal are not as big as United, and because you've got Arteta, Arteta will stop the play. Like Arteta don't have the pull, and Arsenal themselves aren't big enough. Is that what you're saying, Johnny?
Spot on. That's exactly what I'm saying.
And Terry, I said it from the jump. Manchester United can pay for more money for Martinez. Manchester United have Ten Hag, and that's a pull for Martinez. But at the end of the day, the only way we're going to get him is if you guys don't match the bid or pay more.
Look, I want to just jump in here. I kind of agree with Egal. My point of view is, the only time you get an answer who's got the best pull is when you see what's happened with Rafinha with Chelsea and Arsenal. Even to the point where I know Arsenal will say, well, we're not willing to match the 60 million bid and kind of walk away. Everybody knows I don't really believe that clubs do that as often as they all make out. Man United wanted Darwin Núñez. As soon as he agreed terms with Liverpool, we said, let's walk away and say we're not going to spend that much money because it looks better for us. The only time you really get an answer is when a club, like we will know between Man United and Arsenal, if Man United and Arsenal both get bids accepted by Ajax, then we'll find out who's got the best pull because we both kind of need that player for the exact same reasons. Arsenal, Barca versus Chelsea, who's got the better pull out of the two if they both get their bids accepted in terms of Rafinha? That's when you get your answers. But generally, I agree with Egal. I think it is about the position because I know Alistair Gold has said that Tottenham never went in for Jesus. Ben Jacobs have said that Arsenal fought Tottenham away. So two very credible journalists giving different variations of the same story. I believe that Spurs were interested. But I gave the example the other day. This is what happens a lot in football. The young lady says, please, can we be a couple? Can we be together? I want to be you and me, get engaged, get married, have a family, slippers and pipe type thing. And the guy's like, that's not what I want. I don't mind, having a little bit of Al Jafar at the weekend, but I always want a casual relationship and I want to see other people. And then she says, I don't want that, and walks away. It's almost neither of you have got the same needs, so it doesn't really work. Jesus and Spurs was never going to work. Arsenal have given him exactly what he wants. How you get your answers is if Spurs really do come in for Tielemans and they get a bid accepted and Arsenal get a bid accepted, then we know. But even then, you go into personal preference. Tielemans has always had a soft spot for Arsenal. So if they're both offering the same thing. But yeah, it's a tough one. Look, I think Arsenal are attractive. I think one thing that's happened to Arsenal is they got disrespected at the end of the season. If they don't get Champions League, they won't sign anybody. And it annoyed me hearing that because I've heard it for 15 years about Arsenal. They're not spared to sign no one, and they always do. Every time Man United are linked to a good player, same thing. They won't downgrade, and we sign loads of people. It's just boring banter now. But viewers, what do you think? Do Arsenal still have Paul? We'll put the question out there for you guys to speak about and have your say. We've had some